Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jen, the Caffeinated Crafter. Today is Thursday, July the 11th, 2024, and welcome to my Flosstube channel. If you're new to my channel, I would like to welcome you. This is a channel where I talk about my cross stitch. I do all different types of projects, so I usually have something that everybody will like at some point. And if you're returning to my channel, thank you so much for following along and joining me in this journey. I have a lot of fun showing you all the stuff that I have that I do, and yeah, so I just realized I left my tablet over here. One moment, please. Okay, so yeah, let's I don't know, it's been a long day. Here's my board. I worked on 6 projects this week. That is counting my whip of shame. So if you don't count that, I worked on 5, but I think there was one piece I worked on for like 2 days, and I think 2 pieces I worked on for 2 days. I don't remember. I got a lot of progress on the ones I did work on though, so I'm happy about that. Except for my whip of shame and one other project, I worked on all full coverage this week. I just realized that. That's okay. I did get a finish this week. What? I got a finish. That's exciting. But it'll probably be the last thing I show because I think it's at the bottom of this pile. So I'm going to show you the stuff that I've worked on. We're going to update my big board and pull a replacement project for my finish, and I'll grab that and then we'll pick new projects for next week. So first thing I'm going to show you is my whip of shame for the month of July. This is Bless This Nest, and this is a really old Bucilla kit I have. My whip of shame is basically, I have a bunch of old whips that are like super old. The one I had for June that I actually finally finished was 30 years old. But this one here, I thought maybe I could get a finish on it, but I'm not really sure. I think mainly because of the back stitching, I don't know if I'll actually get a finish on it or not. But this is where it was since the last time you saw it, and I've put in 842 stitches on it this week. And this is where I'm at with it so far. So as you can see, I got some of this filled in. I extended the middle part of the border here. I extended it down to the end. I worked on the nest here. I put in all this up here, and I backstitched the word this. I put in the backstitch line here, backstitched these 2 birds, and finished that thread off up here. So yeah, I will keep plugging away at this. Like I said, I don't know if I'll get a finish on it this month, only because of the back stitching that goes with it. That really kind of adds on. I had estimated it was about 7,500 stitches for the stitching, and I was only planning on doing about 100 a day, which was about 3,100, but it'll end up being more because of the thing I do where like I will finish a thread, so it'll end up being over 100. So it'll end up being over 3,100, but still I don't think it's going to be enough to finish the piece. That's all right though. Okay, next thing I'm going to show you is piece from Heaven and Earth Designs. This is California Dreaming. Artwork is by Jeff Haney. It's regular size, max color, so it is 700 by 501. It has 240 colors. That is what it's going to look like when it is done. I really like this piece a lot. And I put in 801 stitches on it. I'm doing it 2/1 10 stitch, half cross, whatever, on a 25 count, easy count Lugana. and I worked up in the sky. I'll show you the rest of it in a minute, but I worked up on the sky right up here. So I got all this done right here. So far, let me show you everything I have done. So far, I've put in 66,656 stitches out of 350,700, and I am at 19.01%. I love that parrot. So, yeah. My other full coverages, I've been converting to diagonal, but because I'm doing this half cross, I started kind of experimenting with Honeymoon Sunset on the diagonal because of the, so when I do my diagonal stitching, which I've talked about before, I normally go with the diagonals from the top left corner and go down this way when they're full cross. But when I do half cross, I go bottom left to top right because it's my bottom leg. And I was noticing on my previous diagonal pieces that when I did diagonal stitching, I was going bottom left to top right for my stitching, and then I was working my diagonals from the left down. I was starting to get diagonal lines. So I really wanted to try to find a way to do diagonal stitching with no lines, and I was like, well, if I do my half crosses this way, maybe if I do my diagonals this way, it'll kind of counterbalance and not give me lines. And so far on Honeymoon Sunset, that seems to be working. So when I start a new piece and it's half cross, I'm going to try to start in the top right corner. But this I had already started in the top left corner when I started it, what, 2 years ago? I don't remember. 2 years ago. And it's not far enough over that I can like convert to a diagonal. So what I may do, I was telling Alara that I might try to just kind of keep filling that whole, just keep doing cross country, filling that whole side and just like work my way across. I don't know. By the time I work on this again, I'll probably change my mind. So I guess it doesn't really matter what I decide because I'll end up changing it. The next thing I'm going to show you is from Heaven and Earth Designs. Let me change this order up. I'll show my focus pieces last. That's what I'll do. Next thing I'm going to show you is from, did I say Heaven and Earth? I meant Cross Stitch Studio. This is from the Ashes. Artwork is by Abraham Hunter. This is a crop of a larger piece. It's 423 by 423. It's 105 colors. Again, it's from the Ashes, charted by the Cross Stitch Studio. And I'm not very far along in this piece. I'm doing it 1/1 full cross on a, I want to say this is a 28 count easy count Lugana. And this is where it was the last time you saw it. I converted this into a diagonal piece, and because I'm doing full cross, I am fine doing the diagonal going from left to right. So this is where I'm at with it now. I did 800 stitches on it, and I now have a total of 2,600 stitches out of 178,929. I am at 1.45% done. So I have to fill this in and this little bit right here, and then finish this diagonal, and then I can move on to the next one. But yeah, 1/1 full cross on that. Digging it so far. Love this piece. Okay. Next up is my finish. It's a bookmark from Bucilla. I'm doing both of them, but that's the one that I was working on. And this is where it was the last time you saw it. And I'm just using whatever came in the kit. So it's a 14 count white Aida. And here's my finish. Look at that. It says drink tea and read books. Isn't that cute? It's not, hi Gracie. It's not fully finished, of course, but like a FFO fully finished. Hi. Meow meow. So yeah, that's exciting, huh? All right. So that's a total of, is that a total of 7 finishes so far this year? 6 or 7, I can't remember. I don't remember if it's 6 or 7, but yeah. All right, next up is the Heaven and Earth Designs stitch along that I'm doing this year. It's a closed sale, so you can't join it anymore. We had an option of 10 cropped pieces to pick from. I chose Merry Mushroom Village Picnic 2, a crop of Merry Mushroom Village Picnic by Amy Stewart. And it is 300 by 205. It has 90 colors. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. Parts 1, 2, and 3 have been released. And I am behind, as per the norm. If I can get 4 full pages done by the end of the year, I will get all of the charts that were offered in this sale. If I can finish the entire piece, I will get all the charts plus 2 charts of my choice off of the Heaven and Earth website. So of course, even though I'm really bad about staying caught up on stitch alongs and I've never finished a full coverage piece before, I decided that I would finish the piece. It's 61,500 stitches, and I'm doing it 2 over 1/10 stitch on a 28 count easy count Lugana. I figured the 10th stitch, half cross, whatever, will make it easier for me to actually be able to complete this without making me too crazy. Did I show you the photo already? I'm pretty sure I did. Okay, this is where I'm at with it. I have done 1,404 stitches on this since the last time you saw it. And I was previously working along the right side right here. That's why this is all filled in. But I decided to try to color complete stuff. And so what I was doing was I picked the color that had the most stitches left in it, because I have this in Pattern Keeper, and you can sort the colors by order of how many you can either sort by number or sort by how many stitches are left. So I have it sorted by how many stitches are left. And so 310 was the one that had the most amount of stitches. So I took one strand at the 310 or one length, and I worked that, and then I picked one that had less than 100 stitches, and I color completed that. And then I went back to the 310, and then I completed a color, and then I just kind of did back and forth. And then once the 310 dropped down, Ecru was the one that had the most stitches, so I did a length of that. And so I'm just gonna kind of, right now, until I change my mind again, I'm gonna keep doing it that way. I have a total of 8 colors completed on this for parts 1, 2, and 3. And right now 310 is again the highest, the color with the highest number of stitches left in it, which is 1,538. And then Ecru is second at 1,506. So I will, next time I pull this out, I will pick a length of 310, work that, then pick a color that I can finish in less than 100, 150, something like that, finish that. And then, you know, I'll just kind of keep doing it that way to kind of slowly bring those down, because 310 did have over 2,000 stitches on it when I decided to do this. Again, I keep changing the way I'm working on this. That's okay though. So far, I have 28,990 stitches completed. out of the grand, well, for parts 1, 2, and 3, there's 58,860 stitches on the chart so far that have been released. And then once part 4 is released, it'll be approximately like it's 58,860 and there's 61,500. So what is that? About 2,500 stitches for part 4, which will be released in October. But for parts 1, 2, and 3, I am at 49.25% complete. So I will keep plugging away on this. I think that I'm going to have to I worked on this 2 days in a row, which is really big for me because I don't usually work on a project for like 2 days in a row. But I think I'm gonna have to do that a few times to kind of catch back up, because right now I believe if I was to do a set amount every week in order to finish by the end of the year, I think I would have to do like 1,300 or 1,400 a week, when my original count was going to be like 1,200 a week. So I am a bit behind, but I think I'll be able to catch up. No big deal. I'm not worried about it. I just have to make sure I stay on top of it. And then the last piece I'm going to show you is my other focus piece. And this is a challenge I'm doing with Alara. We each picked one of our full coverage projects that we wanted to work on and get a lot of stitches in on. She's doing Dragons of the Sabbat. I'm doing Honeymoon Sunset. This is from the Cross Stitch Studio. Artwork is by Abraham Hunter. It's 869 by 649 and has 133 colors. And the challenge that we set for ourselves was 25,000 stitches. It originally was 25,000, like 25K in 25 weeks. So we were going to do 1,000 stitches a week on this, on our pieces. But life happened for both of us. She had sickness and whatever, and I had to move. So we decided to just do 25,000. We decided to not make a deadline of June, which was last month. And we decided to just get 25,000 stitches done on our pieces. So since the last time you saw this, I've done another 1,000 stitches, and I only need, I want to say, I looked at this right before too. I need less than 5,000 stitches to complete it. I want to say it might be either 4,400 or 4,600 stitches, maybe 4,200. I'm over 20,000 stitches into the challenge. I think it's like 4,200, maybe. Anyway. Not enough that I need to worry about it this week. Let's just say that. But I decided, so like I was saying earlier, I decided to try to, because I've been working, I had worked all 4 corners of Honeymoon Sunset, and so I could really go anywhere I wanted. I decided to convert this into a diagonal, but I'm doing it 2/1 half cross on a 25 count easy count Lugana, and my legs are going left to right, so I'm doing my diagonals right to left from the top. And so far I am really loving it. And this is, I've already shown you the picture of where it was before, and this is where this diagonal is now. So I have it filled in. I have a couple stitches right here that need to be filled in. Other than that, I got to finish this diagonal going up to here. I'll show you the rest in a little bit, but I got all this done last night, and I worked a little bit up here. Let me see if I can move these, if it makes a difference. I don't think it really does, but yeah, really liking that so far. It looks really good. Okay. And so I have a total of 190,063 stitches done out of 563,981. I am at 33.70%. And here is the whole thing. Let me back up. There we go. But yeah, that's where I'm at with it so far. There we go. So let me do this half first. The only edge that I haven't worked on is the bottom edge, as you can see. But yeah, I've worked all over this piece. Let me put this back down. So far I'm really digging the diagonal. And I'll probably keep it like this for a while. There we go. But yeah. It's still my favorite piece to work on. And it's funny because like before I was like, man, I will be so glad when this challenge is over and I can put it away for a while. But now that I'm doing this diagonal and I'm seeing like a hefty, like a very obvious progress on this, I'm really enjoying it. And I was telling Alara, I said, now I'm really loving working on this piece. And she was like, well, you know, you don't have to put it away after the 25,000 is done. I was like, yeah, but I really need to get this sal done. And if I keep this out, it's going to kind of discourage me from working on the sal. Plus, and she was like, yeah, that's true. Plus, there is a piece that my teenager wants me to do for him. That's like kind of Christmas themed. And I told him, I said, well, I'm not going to work on it now. I actually won't even think about working on it until this piece is done right here. But once I switch from summer to fall and winter pieces, I'm probably going to try to make that kind of like keep that out and make that kind of a focus piece, like replacing Honeymoon Sunset to get it done. But we'll go over that later. But yeah, I do have a piece that my son wants me to do that would be a new start. It's not already started. And it is, well, let me just show you now. It's from Stitchman Darcy. And like I said, it's a Christmas piece. And where is it? Here it is. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. It's from Die Hard. But he wants me to do that for him. And it is only 6,661 stitches. I mean, honestly, with as much as I can stitch, my stitching has decreased over the past few months, but I could potentially get that, if I just worked on that by itself, I could potentially get that done in like a week. So it's going to replace Honeymoon Sunset once I get that challenge done. I'll pull that out and make that kind of like my second focus piece. So I can get that done for him. Okay, let's update my board. I just ripped it. Oh no. Oh, I ripped like an edge. It doesn't matter. Okay. I got my Blue's Clues marker that I did not take the cap off. Oh God. Got my Blue's Clues marker. Okay, so let's mark this off. Bookmark books. We're going to color in my square just because, and since I finished it, we're going to mark it off. Yay! And then I worked on California Dreaming. Oh, the bookmark. Did I even tell you how many stitches I did? I did 1,005. I don't think I told you how many stitches I did on it. I was just like, here's my finish. California Dreaming. There we go. And then From the Ashes is down here. Can you still see it? Yeah. From the Ashes. And that's it, because my focus pieces are not on here. But yeah, so I need to get a replacement piece for that. So, put the cap back on this before I get ink everywhere, and then I'm gonna be big mad. So I have all of my non-seasonal pieces in this basket right here. I'm just gonna pull one out. We're gonna see what's going to replace the bookmark. What is it? Oh, Dolly Mama Coffee. I'm gonna pause the video. I'm gonna grab that. I'll be right back. Okay, so Dolly Mama Coffee is this right here. It's an old kit that a subscriber had sent me from Jan Lynn. It's like this whole little series, and it says bring coffee and no one gets hurt. And I had this slated to be a finish among my 134 finishes that I had wanted to do this year. But this is my starting point for it. This was a new start this year. That's my starting point for it. So there's that. Okay. We'll put that right there. Okay. Time to pull out projects for next week. And let me do this. I keep doing this. I keep opening up my board here so I can see what I've worked on. And I'm always like, oh, I'm gonna make this up, but I think things keep happening. Like I keep getting pieces and I'm like, oh, I could finish this. I don't know. Oh my God, what's happening? Okay, number 1. Freedom. This is a piece from Design Works, and it's a kit that I just started in the past month or 2. I think I started it in June. I'm sitting really far back. Hi, Gracie. That's what it's gonna look like when it's done. Like I said, it's a kit from Design Works from Joan Elliott. Oh, that's why I like it. And this is my starting point with it. You see my kitty in the background there? Hi, Gracie. Hi, baby. Meow. Hey, Gracie. So anyway, that's my starting point. And we will pull, am I gonna pull 10 projects again? I always pull 10 projects knowing I'm not gonna work on all of them because I have other stuff. I like having options. That's why I pull so many, even though I only have like a week at a time. All right, next up. Calendar Girls June. So if I work on Freedom, then it will get set aside and I'll replace it with something else. Calendar Girls June. This could be a finish. This is from Little House Needleworks. I'm doing I want to do all of them, and I'm doing them on a 32 count Legacy Lugana from Picture This Plus. And that's what she's going to look like when she's done. I have August done. And this is my starting point with her. She could be a finish. I have half of her done. I just have to do her skirt and her feet and the vine and June and the beehive. I could potentially have yet another finish. That would be super duper exciting. One, two, three, four. I really don't remember if I have 6 or 7 finishes. Might be 7 so far this year. Oh yeah, the Lighthouse. So the Lighthouse bookmark, Hedgehog, Calendar Girls August, Bookmark Books, Cuddly Bear Quilt, Year of Gnomes May. Is that it? Maybe it's 6. I don't remember. Anyway, it doesn't matter. More than I thought I was going to have at this point, to be perfectly honest. Okay, next up. Ooh, this will be a new start. Clouds. I don't know how to say this. Clouds over Berlin. I don't know how to say it. And it's gonna, like I said, it's gonna be a new start. This is from Ink Circles. That is what it's gonna look like when it's done. I am doing DMC-ish colors. They have a color conversion on the back. It calls for Flosstube. I can't afford that, but they have a DMC-ish color conversion. So I'm going to do that. And I am going to be stitching this on a 28 count Lugana from Picture This Plus in the color Doubloon. Oh my God, this is so big. It's gonna look so good. I'm excited. Look at that. Yeah. I just realized I didn't turn my ring light on. So if everything is a little dark, sorry. But yeah, it's gonna look really good. I'm excited. I think if and when I start this week, I think I might do a center start. Just to make sure I gotta see how much fabric I have. Like, I know it's big enough. I gotta see how much excess fabric I have. If it's gonna be a crazy amount of excess, then I'll do a corner start. All right, number 4. Now, how did that happen? I have hedgehog in here. Why is that? Oh, you know what? That's why. We got to pull a new piece. Hedgehog was a finish. Because when I finished the piece, I didn't pull the slip of paper out of the basket. I just replaced it with something else. That's what it was. All right. Number 4. Gilded Birdcage. I pulled this last week, but did not work on it. So it is over here. This is a kit from Artiste. I have not worked on it yet this summer, so that's what it's going to look like when it's done. And that is my starting point for it. So I was wondering if this was going to be a finish or not, but I don't know, because there's like a lot of flowers and leaves on this that I don't know if it would be. But anyway, number 5. Fruits of Plenty. I pulled this last week to work on it too, and I did not. This is a sal from Modern Folk Embroidery from 2021. I'm doing it on a 20 count Aida. It was a fabric of the month from Mystic Fabrics in the color Pumpkin Spice. This was October of 2022. And that's where I'm at with it so far. I'm not very far along at all. But I'm doing, I never did check the colors either. I want to say it's 940, 941 maybe, is the orange. I think 838 is the brown and 3346 is the green. And I'm just kind of doing brown and orange because of the orange color of the fabric. It's kind of like fall. And then I'm just like smattering the green in where I feel like it's appropriate. So. I'm gonna go ahead and say, because I do it every time, but I probably won't do it like I do every time. And if I pull, since I pulled those two pieces, I should probably work on them, because it's like they're trying to say, hey, work on these pieces because you keep pulling them. Oh, Chocolate understands. This might be another finish. I'm pulling these pieces that I'm like, this might be a finish. So this is from the Stitching Bear. It says, Chocolate doesn't ask silly questions, Chocolate understands. And it's not a very big piece. I'm doing it on a 32 count Lavender Lugana. Where's my board? Oh, here it is. And I'm doing it over 2 with the called for stuff. That's where I'm at with it. So I have to do the E in the word chocolate, and then I have to finish that line. So it'll say Chocolate doesn't ask. The silly questions line is done, and then I have to put Chocolate understands underneath it, and then I have to stitch the strawberry and the cake and put the little beads on the cake, and then put these buttons on. And I have everything to finish it. So, and I want to say, like, I worked on this when I didn't have a lot of time to stitch, and I was able to do like 300 stitches. So could potentially be another finish. One thing I will say is I do not like I like the color, but I don't like the floss. So the color of the floss isn't showing up very well, but it looks really cool in person. But it's a Watercolors by Karen, not Water Lilies. I have Water Lilies, and it's a very nice silk. This is Watercolors, and this is more of like a needlepoint. It's like almost like yarn, and I don't really like it very much. Like, this is one ply of it, which is what I'm using to stitch. I don't really like it very much, but I'm gonna finish it. Then I don't know if I'll ever use it again. I just looked at the time of the video and I saw 12 minutes, and I'm like, there's no way I've gone through all this stuff in 12 minutes. I forgot I stopped the video and restarted. Wow. Beach Getaway. This is a full coverage piece from Charting Creations. And it's an image licensed with Shutterstock. It is $325 by $490. It has 101 colors, and this is what it's going to look like when it's done. And this is a new start for me this year. Last year, this year, I don't know. It doesn't have a lot of progress, is what I'm trying to say. I'm doing a 1/1 full cross on a 30-ish count Aida even weave. It's a fabric I got off of AliExpress. That's where I'm at with it so far. The fabric itself, I don't mind stitching on. And I'm at 0.5% done so far. But that's how big the piece is going to be. It's not going to be super huge, which is nice. But that's where I'm at with it. So I will most likely convert this into a diagonal as well. I'm really digging the diagonal thing right now. All right. Number 8. Wool Shop. This is another full coverage piece. This one is a retired pattern from Pain Free Crafts. Artwork is by Steve Crisp. His stuff retired like last year, so this is no longer available. but that's what it's going to look like when it's done. And I am probably going to convert this one too. I'm doing this 1/1 full cross on a 32 count easy count Lugana. That's my starting point with it, and I am currently at 0.39% done. It is, hang on, I'm trying to find, because I forgot to say it. It's 600 by 429, so about that big. Oh my god, buzz. Anyway. Now it's stuck to my board. All right. Number 9. Hello, Summer. This is a piece I started last month. We are now going to lovingly refer to it as the popsicle penises because of what my whip currently looks like. This is from It's So Emma. That's a bunch of popsicles that says Hello Summer. This is my starting point for it. I do not believe that this is going to be a finish if I work on it again. But look at that. Look at those two. Perverted popsicles. But yeah, so this is being stitched with, I got it as a kit from one of my subscribers, and it's 14 count navy Ada, and the floss came in the kit and everything, so I'm just using whatever came in the kit. But yeah. Okay, number 10, last one. What do I always say? I hope it's a good one. Hope it doesn't suck. Oh, no, it doesn't suck. Birdhouse Gardens. Another full coverage piece. This is from Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Cyril Marchetti. It is a whip. If I can find it, here it is. It is 600 by 420. It's regular size, regular color, so it has 90 colors in it. I really like this piece a lot, and I like where I'm at with it so far. And I'm doing it 2/1 full cross on a 20 count easy count Lugana. And I'm currently at 2.24%. That's my starting point with it. As you can see, I started converting this into a diagonal as well. Really digging the diagonal stitching. So I'm doing them 20 stitches wide instead of 10 so that I can get more bang for my buck. And it looks like more progress. So, I've got my 2 focus pieces that I have to work on. And then I could potentially finish Calendar Girls June. I could potentially finish, what was the other one? What was my other possible finish? What was it? Chocolate Understands. So honestly, this week, I think there's probably 1 or 2 that I would not be heartbroken if I didn't work on them. The rest of them, I'm like, I really want to get some stitches done. So it'll be a surprise as to what I do next week. And I think I'm kind of I'm hammering out how I want to do my stuff next year. I'm excited for it. I'm so excited I want to start it now, but I'm going to try to be patient and wait until next year. But I'm gonna keep working on this batch of projects throughout the end of August. And then starting in September, I think previously, if you're still watching, thanks. But if you actually watch until the end of my videos, I want to say last week I had talked about how I was going to have all of my fall and winter pieces pulled because of how I want to do my stitching next year. I didn't want to decrease the amount of stitching I'd be able to do on the winter stuff, since I'm kind of doing this seasonal thing right now. And I had said, oh, I'm going to pull all of my fall and winter pieces plus anything I hadn't actually worked on, like physically touched this year. And when I added all that up, it was still over, because I work on stuff multiple times, it was still over like 200 projects. So I think what I'm going to have to do for starting in September, for September, October, November, December, for the last 4 months of the year, I think I'm going to have to just pull out the fall and winter pieces, and that's it. And what I will probably do, I'll still think on this, so I might change it over the next month or so. But I think for right now, like I'll do a video showing which pieces they're going to be. And then if they're bigger pieces, I'm only going to work on them one time. But if I pull, like, because the Calendar Girls series will be in that fall winter mix because of all the last 4 months of the year, plus January and February of next year for the winter. And so if it's something I think I could finish, I'll keep it out, but otherwise I will only work on it one time. And I have to double check on how many total pieces it is, because I think it's actually, I think I'm just gonna work on it one time and then I'll cross it off. And I still don't think I'll touch everything, because maybe I have to see how many pieces it actually is for the fall and the winter, because I have a lot of fall and winter stitching. Yeah, so, but yeah, I'm working out a game plan for 2025. I think I have it hammered out as to what I want to do, and I'm excited for it. And I'm excited for September to roll around so I could pull out my fall and my winter pieces and work on those. But yeah, so be on the lookout next weekend for 2 potential finishes. We'll keep our fingers crossed, since I'm on this finish roll. It's very exciting times right now over in this household. And yeah, so that's it. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and leave them in the comment section down below. And if you like what you had to see and you're not already subscribed, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below and the bell to be notified whenever I post a new video. And that's it. So take care, happy stitching, get a lot of stitches in, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.